everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. It's Sunday. You know what that means. Of course it means we're here continuing the journey of Ben 10 Omniverse. This is Season 5, Episode 4. Of course, I will not know the title until I get into the episode. Last week's episode, you guys were commenting saying, it's a fun one, but probably the weakest in the season. But still, I had a fun time with it. Now, Bilgax, not Vilgax, Bilgax was introduced. And of course, Siphon, of course, Vilgax's right hand, basically person, I guess you could say, even though Vilgax probably saw him lower than that, but still he was always around Vilgax for quite a bit. He thought Bilgax was Vilgax, because there was also these Vilgax holograms about the Earth, and things you can destroy the Earth, and Bellwood, or whatever. And then there was these creatures that we saw in a flashback, where these squid creatures that Vilgax had, and I don't think we've ever seen them before. And of course, they're now infiltrating Bellwood and going crazy. It was a whole thing. And Bilgax hears all the time he looks like Vilgax. So it was a weird episode, but still a fun time overall. Now, I'm excited to see where we go from here, because now we've introduced Bilgax, and Siphon at the end was saying how, you know, oh, your secret is safe with me, Master. I'm like, because he still thinks that Bilgax is Vilgax. So I'm not sure that's going to play some sort of role later on. Not really sure. I'm still waiting for the return of Charmcaster, Charmmaster, because that was a whole thing in episode 2, which was phenomenal, the way that ended. And of course, we all know, well, at least I think I know, who's coming out of the pit at the end of the episode. But we'll see what happens. But I'm just right down to the episode to see what happens here. I'm not really sure what to expect. I'm just waiting for some stuff and all that. Like, come on, Charmcaster, come on. But I'm assuming we're going to have to wait more for that. But who knows? Maybe it'll be in this episode. I have no idea. So without further ado, let's get into now. Let's check out this episode, guys. Let's go.
I always thought it was just a story.
If you read between the lines. Stay behind me, Connie. The Royal Order of Forever Knights thanks you for your
These guys, of course.
Recovering our formula.
Oh, he destroyed it. Ooh.
Guys, run!
Dang. Okay, that was smart.
Bring the old man to the castle.
Of
We shall
course.
require his expertise.
Ben 10. Why is it a young photo of Ben?
Whatever this thing in London is, I can handle it by myself.
Benwolf. Ah, okay.
It wasn't a crush, okay? I just thought she was different.
Oh.
Well,
I can't believe that's her.
Kai? Wow, you're so
Wow.
taller.
This is
Of course I
crazy.
am. You had furry ears and a curly tail, and never mind. I have to rescue
Not
my
important.
grandpa.
Make that we have to rescue your grandpa. Ben Tennyson is nobody's backup.
So you're not gonna help me?
Well, we're already here. You were in Dr. Jekyll's lab? As in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
That's what I was
story.
thinking. Okay.
That's the boy with the magic watch that turns him into aliens. One of the knights dropped this.
How
Oh,
is
typical. Wait.
castle moving and
Just
soaring?
blocks.
New Omnitrix?
Careful.
Yes,
You'll
new
turn me
Omnitrix.
into Walkatrout or something. I don't call him Benwolf anymore. His name is,
Don't even know.
Blitzwolfer? You just made that up right now, didn't you?
Interrupt your non-courting banter.
Non-courting.
that's better.
No, it isn't. Each statue represents a different London landmark.
Oh.
Hidden code.
What's that one with the X?
My grandpa is risking his life to be sure the Forever Knights don't find whatever sword they're looking
So we can go to
for.
the actual place.
That important.
Once the Forever Knights realize your grandfather has tricked them,
It
Grandpa
could.
West says, once a plumber, always a plumber.
cool.
Of course, it's a graveyard.
It is.
The secret lies twixt hall and wall.
Which wall?
Bartleby Hall. Eunice Wall.
Okay. Oh. Hello. Bring it on. That's awesome.
Take over! I'll save these!
There you go. Bye-bye.
Your girlfriend fights better than you do.
She's not my girlfriend. The Oculata, if you please.
The Oculata?
Oculata.
Grandpa,
It is known by 100 names around the globe, but you perhaps know it as...
Excalibur!
That's just another
Excalibur?
No alien will dare set foot or tentacle on Earth ever again.
So, Where are you
So,
going anyway?
The Oculata were devised by scientists loyal to the Forever Knights. Lain dormant since last used to defeat Napoleon at...
Dude, I just
Napoleon?
wanted to know where we're going.
The Red Knight and I will escort Mr.
Red Knight.
Tennyson and his girlfriend to Elizabeth Tower.
He's not my boyfriend!
Big Ben refers to the 16.5-ton Great Bell inside the...
Don't correct the crazy bad guy.
Ben 10 on Big Ben? How awesome is this? A million awesome.
of course. What the hell?
The doorway to the Vault of Britannia.
Oh. Oh!
Let's move her. Now.
Nice. This is so cool, man.
Who is guarding the prisoners?
What's this tech called again, son?
A robotic ninja is a terrible thing to waste.
Cool. Oh shit. Go save her. Smart. Oh.
Young love.
Young love.
Now,
Digging for a sword, digging for a sword.
You didn't even try.
Who was busy saving your life? Whatever happened to Good Boy?
That was for Blitzwolfer.
Oh, it's a key. Of course it's a key.
The sword in the stone? Seriously?
Yeah, literally the sword. Yeah, of course it
a
is.
necessary protective measure.
That's not gonna make work.
I hereby claim
It's not gonna work.
Excalibur mine!
Who's gonna be able to pull it? Or does it not get pulled at all?
Hurry!
Alright, keep your shirt on.
Do it! If it's so easy, you do it!
Still not gonna work. Oh.
This is one sword that's stale in the stone. Oh no!
I thought he actually was doing it.
This must be some kind of alien trick.
Kicking ass, Rook, taking names.
You're holding it backwards.
Damn!
Come on! No one leaves without my leave. What I've been watching you do all night.
Damn! Right away, he already knew. Beast versus beast. Shit. Oh, that was cool.
Get me one of these.
Yeah, you do.
Did it just?
Your king has become a power-hungry monster, literally.
Yes, literally.
Temporary truce of necessity.
Just for now.
I think I found a way out of here.
Work together.
I am the most powerful forever king of all time.
I don't know about all that.
And you are but alien.
The knights are not here?
They could have
They're
been
gone.
flushed out anywhere along the river.
Did he die down there?
Blitzwolfer again.
Blitzwolfer.
Figures you'd say that.
Ooh. Of course. Okay, so I was not expecting at all the return of Kai, who was of course introduced in Ben 10 Classic during the infamous Benwolf episode. Now it's Wolf Blitzer or whatever, that's the name he came up with, or Blitzwolfer, whatever he calls the new version. Now, I'm still sticking with Benwolf because that's just, I think, a better name overall, but that's just me. I wasn't expecting her to come back, but here she is. And on top of that, they bring back the new group of Forever Knights that were introduced in Omniverse, and their introduction episode was okay. This definitely was a better episode for sure. And then just as a cherry on the top, which is like, what? Freaking the Sword in the Stone Excalibur? That is the freaking crux of the episode? And also just a little fun fact, Dr. Jekyll. Like, it was Jekyll's lab where they found this serum and all this. Like, so that would explain how he becomes, like, how he is the man and the monster, like Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I guess the serum, sorry, that's the word, that the new Forever King or King, whatever, this new guy who's running the Forever Knights, the very small group, took, and he becomes now a monster. Of course, he's not dead and all that stuff at the very, like, they had to make a point to show he's not dead. Like, because if they didn't show him alive, then people would assume, oh, wait, they just killed off a character. So they had to do this, like, little last-second thing of showing him he's getting out of the water. He survived. No sword, though. But Kai moved the sword that was stuck in the stone. Like, she grabbed it and it moved. So that implies one thing. Kai can take the sword out. But is the sword now lost forever again? Or could they potentially find it and back? Like, is it going to actually come back into the narrative at some point, the Excalibur sword? Probably not. But it'd be cool if it did, but it probably won't, because I don't know what else you can do with that, right? Because if the Forever Knight, or whatever, I forget his name, who's running the Forever Knights now, the king, as he kept calling himself, I am your king, I am the most strongest Forever King, or the Forever Knight King, whatever. Unless he has it, there's no reason to really have the sword back into a storyline. And I don't know if they're going to bring them back anytime soon. And if they do, is it going to be the same? Because we already did this story, right? So there's a lot of things they did in this episode. I will say this. I do like the fact that Ben and Kai's banter was just very reminiscent in a way to their first interaction within Ben 10 Classic. I think it was a nice kind of way to reintroduce Kai in terms of like a mystery, and then also having like the return of Benwolf, when she even said, can you even turn into him anymore? No, yeah, but I choose not to. And then he had to come up with some new name on the fly. It's not Benwolf. I'm like, it's a nice name though. I like Benwolf. I do like the name of Benwolf, but yeah, that's just me. The redesign, it's solid. Prefer the old design personally, but that's just me. But the redesign's fine. It's fine for what it is. I wonder if we're actually going to see the character again, because Ben has been turning in, like last week's episode and this week's episode, Ben's turned into some lesser known, or like not lesser known, but maybe just underappreciated aliens. Like he was using a lot of aliens last week that we haven't really seen a lot of, and then here, of course, the return of Benwolf after all this time. It's been a very long time since Ben turned into a werewolf. So I like the fact that we're reintroducing the kind of horror-esque related aliens like the Mummy, and we had Frankenstrike. I think that's the name of it now, but yeah, Frankenstrike. So it was really cool to see that return of that, and then now we have Benwolf. So really cool, and then, of course, Ghost Freak as well. So there's a lot of like cool little like returns and all that stuff, and this definitely is like a Halloween or kind of more horror-based season in terms of episode 1 was on Bozo, and then of course episode 2, the whole Mystery Incorporated kind of vibe and homage episode. Last week's episode, not so much horror or anything like that, but then this episode had, you know, of course, the Excalibur stuff, which really wasn't, but they had Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and then you had Benwolf, so there was some elements there. And then of course Kai was of course in Classic introduced in the whole Benwolf episode, so there's some layers to this episode in terms of what they were trying to pull off, and they did a pretty decent job. But we end off on a note where Ben and Kai are kind of like, it was nice seeing you, kind of. I think Kai secretly still likes Ben, I think, and I think Ben still likes Kai, but then the whole banter, because they kept like saying, oh, you and your girlfriend, Ben. Like, she's not my girlfriend, not my boyfriend. It's like, oh, young love. And I think it just made it more awkward for both of them, because they're both teens now. They probably have those kind of feelings for each other, potentially. They haven't seen each other for a long time, 6 years, so, like, maybe they don't. It's been so long removed, who knows? But you never know. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I just thought it was funny how they played off the banter with each other. And I like that Rook and Kai's grandfather were really, like... getting like we're like really connecting and stuff. It's like, oh, this I really like your weapon there, like it was, and then he was using it like it was nothing. Freaking awesome. I will say, I think the coolest part of the new Forever Knight group is the robot, the red robot, which we saw a little bit of the under the armor a little bit before it like shielded itself back up and stuff. It's a very aggressive thing. I don't even know where this thing even came from. I think it was just another way to have another sort of like change within the Forever Knights, because what it used to be before is that you had the person who was ever running whatever group we're following, because there was a bunch of different groups of Forever Knights and with different leaders, and there's just a bunch of like just same faceless. There was no real variation of Forever Knights besides the leaders, right? There was just a bunch of like people that are Forever Knights, but you really never saw them or if you did, they were just kind of generic and there's no real point to their kind of arc or character, right? Here, you have the two knights that have like the happy and sad face. You have the one guy who's got the helmet. And honestly, every time I see this character, his freaking, it's so flat. Like, it looks like his head just cuts off way too fucking short above where his mouth is. It baffles me to no end. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. It just looks weird. It doesn't look natural. And then you have this robot. I think the robot's the most interesting element. Like, the king, like, I know we got introduced to him a while back, and I think it was Alien Force. But it's like, I just don't really care that much about his character, but like, I like the robot. Like, I want to know more about that robot. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's probably just an endless, mindless machine just to follow the Forever Knight, follow the leader. I guess there's probably no real narrative to that. So, but it's just really cool. Just like the design of it, like the fact that it's agility, ability, all that. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. What else about this episode in terms of, well, not really much else to really say, I guess. I just felt like the episode delivered on some pretty, like, you know, interesting moments in terms of, you know, seeing Kai and Ben reconnect, and the fact that Excalibur, like, I'm just still, like, mind blown that we're having that in the Ben's universe. And the fact that Ben's even questioning, oh, that was a story. Like, what are you talking about? And Kai's like, wait, the guy who has a magical watch that could turn you into aliens, and you're questioning the validity of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Excalibur, the sword and the stone. You're questioning both those things. Well, I would assume in a world where you have the Omnitrix that does exist, it does exist. Ben has it. Ben Tennyson, or whoever in the world has an Omnitrix, and it's proven. There's aliens in the world. There's probably still stories of a sword and the stone, the Excalibur, and there's probably still like these stories of like, was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, was that a real person, or was that a real thing, or what's that based off of in reality? Because of course we know that Dracula is based off of, you know, what was his name? Oh God, I forget what the name of the actual, like, Vlad the Impaler, right? Like, Dracula's based off that character or that actual person. So like, there's probably stories within the world of an Omnitrix existing that Ben would question. Is that real? Is that real? Like, I could turn aliens, hit a, you know, okay, it's hero time, boom. But then he hears stories in school or from other people that he knows about stuff that may have happened in the past. Did that really happen? It's like saying, does Bigfoot really, because I think they even address Bigfoot because of the whole Secret Saturdays crossover thing as well. So Loch Ness Monster, like all that shit. So it's like, even within a world of all this stuff happening where we have aliens and Forever Knights and all this shit, and we have, you know, freaking slam the watch, boom, turns into an alien, all that kind of stuff. Ben's been onto alien planets and all this shit. He has an alien as his partner. There's plumbers. There's still going to be stuff that he goes, is that real? Does that really happen? Really? That's real? That's a thing? Really? It would still happen. It would still happen. So, anyways, I'm done rambling at this point. I'm going to think I'm rambling for a little too long here, but yeah, just overall had a decent time with the episode. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.